A machine that's timelessly designed, perfecting a sunset ride, the Royal Enfield Classic 350. A 349cc, 4-stroke, single-cylinder air and oil-cooled engine chucks out a respectable 20.2 brake horsepower at 6,100 RPM and 27 Nm of torque at 4,000 RPM through its 5-speed gearbox. A classic teardrop style tank holds 13 litres of fuel, with a real-world fuel consumption of between 32 and 40 km per litre, depending on city, highway or mixed riding, gives the Royal Enfield Classic 350 a range between 416 and 520 km. Your mileage may vary. Information about the machine is reflected on its Simply Style hybrid dash, featuring an analog speedometer along with an LCD screen. Another way Royal Enfield keeps the modern rider in mind is with a discrete USB port below the bar. Phone mounts not included. Check out our video on how Quad-Lock fare against its off-brand copy. Links in the description. Consistent with its retro, timeless design, the Royal Enfield Classic 350 is styled with a big, round incandescent headlight, a round tail light and round signal lights. Sitting in the front of the Royal Enfield Classic 350 is a 19-inch spoke rim wrapped by a Seat Zoom Plus tyre and an 18-inch spoke rim in the rear wrapped by the same Zoom Plus tyre. A single 300mm rotor paired with a single dual-piston bi-brake caliper provides stopping power in the front, and a single 270mm rotor paired with a single piston floating bi-brake caliper for the rear. Taming the front wheels are non-adjustable telescopic fork and twin-tube emulsion shocks with 6 steps of preload control in the rear. Both the front and rear brakes are assisted by a dual-channel ABS. The variant we have is the Signals Marsh Grey, and only the dual ABS versions are available in Singapore from 8,300 Singapore dollars before taxes. Regular servicing is every 10,000 kilometers with 2.2 litres of engine oil with an oil filter replacement, and major servicing is every 20,000 kilometers. As with all bikes in Singapore, we suggest changing your oils earlier than what's stated in the manual, all thanks to our wonderfully glorious tropical climate. Amos is 1.84 meters tall, with a seat height of 805mm and a curb weight of 195 kilos. He's got an upright, relaxed posture. With Mark Komine as a pillion, he felt that it was spacious and the seat was very comfortable. With a combined weight of 170 kilos, the preload adjustable dual shocks held up. Very okay! With a height of 1.7 meters, Ida Isis, our guest from Triple Three's Motorcyclist Telegram group, wants to show you how she looks on the bike. Thank you, Isis. The turning radius of the bike is very small for its class. In our opinion, the Royal Enfield Classic 350 once again reminded us about the simplistic enjoyments of riding. To take a chill cruise into the sunset into a headwind. The ride felt premium, tight, and the rider's seat was super comfy. The Royal Enfield Classic 350 was much smoother throughout its power band compared to the Classic 500. Power delivery and gear changes were very smooth and no longer clunky. A breath of fresh air, almost like a friend bringing you coffee in the middle of a work day. The suspension was plush on the Royal Enfield Classic 350, it easily soaked up the bumps we face on our rides. One thing that we felt we had to get used to is the length and position of the foot pegs. They felt longer than what we are used to and were in the way, especially when pushing the bike backwards while seated. We really like the retro styling of the exhaust pipe, and while we are at it, let's have a listen. We noticed slight heat at stop-go city riding. The heat quickly dissipated once we got on the move. Still okay. Pretty sure the 333 head buff has something to do with heat dissipation. Get yours today at our merchant stores. The brakes on the Royal Enfield Classic 350 were pretty bitey, more than adequate to bring her, yourself, and your pillion to a stop without any problems. We appreciate seeing more and more bikes coming in stock with dual-channel ABS and disc brakes for the front and rear as standard. The one thing we couldn't understand, a chrome side stand on an almost completely blackout machine. Would it really cost much to powder coat the stand to make it look part of the bike? Overall, we enjoyed the Royal Enfield Classic 350 and feel that it makes for a very decent first bike for aspiring riders and at the same time a chill classic side bike for the more advanced. She wasn't designed as a performance machine and it shouldn't be ridden as such. The Royal Enfield Classic 350 is, however, more than capable to be toured on. The saddle and the riding position was very comfortable, one of the two things you really want for hours on the road. You may want to add a windshield if you intend on travelling far or if wind blast bothers you. The Royal Enfield 350 also has a simple engine. That means it's easy to troubleshoot in the field and lowers maintenance costs. Maybe even to do it yourself. This machine is provided by Royal Enfield Singapore, but like all our reviews, they do not have control over our content, allowing us to bring you through an unbiased opinions. With that, we hope you like, share and subscribe. I'm Winston and see you on the road.